Is your wig old, tangled, and dry? Is your closure parting like the Red Sea? Are your ends split, lace ready to quit? Well, you're in luck. Do you want to go from this to this? Well, in this video, I will be showing my easy and detailed process to revive your old wig, so keep watching. So really quick before we get started, I just wanted to show you guys the true condition of the hair. I mean, this hair, the ends were splitting. It was low-key matting and dreading. It was dry. The tracks were all loose. And I say slipping, I mean slit. Being the tracks were out of there, you guys. Like, this wig was very much old and tired. I mean, it's giving me very much substance abuse. Like Holiday, I got the bike type vibes. I mean, this wig was near its deathbed, but in this process, I will be reviving it all. So number one, to get started, make sure that your wig is secure on your head doll. And right now, I'm just trying to detangle the hair and go line by line so that I can remove my tracks. But what I want you guys to notice is this back track. This track was almost 20 inches when it began, and right now it's no more than 10 inches. So this hair really has gone through it. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just clipping up the hair, and I'll be using nail scissors and a eyebrow razor to take off my track. So I'm using the scissors to kind of cut the really long thread pieces, and then you'll see I use the razor to kind of glide through the tracks. Now, if you're doing this method, it is quicker using your razor, but be careful if you're heavy-handed, because I definitely accidentally cut some of my wefts by going too fast. So at the end, I put the closure up to make sure that I didn't accidentally cut it, and then just took my time removing it from the top of the wig. So this part only took 20 to 30 minutes and we're done. So next, we're about to start the process of revival. So this is just an overview of the products that I will be using. So I'll go into the details. This is the color that I'll be using. So I will be using the Garnier. The color is in peppercorn, and I always, anytime I've colored my hair, I've always used this brand of hair color because it does not require you to dye or bleach your hair. So this is something new that I picked up. This is what I will be using for my roots and my closure for any small balding areas. I'll also be using a mesh dome cap, and of course regular nylon thread with a large needle. So next is our silicone mix. I know a lot of people are familiar with this. I personally hate the smell of this, but it actually does the job, sis. So I will be using this. But the next part is really key, you guys. The conditioner and shampoo that I use, I will swear by them to the end. The Brazilian Keratin Therapy really revives my hair, and then I like to use the Pantene Smooth and Sleek shampoo, as well as the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine shampoo. These are the products that I will be using. Now let's get into actually dyeing our hair. So of course you don't have to dye your hair, but the reason I decided to dye it darker was because the hair had a lot of split ends over time. So I just felt like dyeing the hair dark black would have a more revived, juicier look. You know what I mean? So here I am putting the dye on the hair. I did it bundle by bundle just to kind of speed up the process, but I made sure to open up the tracks and make sure I had the solution on all parts of the hair. And then here I just made sure that I opened it up and put the dye on the wefts, making sure that I got everything on the roots as well. So if you're doing this process, just take your time so you make sure you don't miss any large chunks. So the last part was of course my closure. I did the same process, but just making sure to be super careful at the parting. I did not want to turn my lace black. So taking my brush and being really gentle, but making sure that I got my roots as best as I possibly could. So now that our hair has completely been dyed, I actually keep all of my hair in these burrito-like foil things. And I actually let the hair sit for an entire day. Yeah, I know that's OD, but I let it sit overnight. And you can see it always does a really good job when I let the hair sit. So right now I'm just about to start the washing process. Just plopping my little hair tacos inside to give it a really nice wash. So for the first wash, I will be using my Pantene shampoo. Like I said, you guys, this shampoo really gets your hair super sleek and super soft. So I'm just going bundle by bundle, making sure I'm working and lathering it through. And then making sure I focus on the wefts as well. Because you don't want to, if you don't wash your hair well, you're going to have dye everywhere when you're trying to sew it in and touch it. So just make sure that you take your time with your washes. So this part is my favorite, you guys. Again, this Brazilian Keratin Therapy conditioner is the truth. This will leave your hair so soft. Like, I co-wash with this all the time. It doesn't matter the texture of the hair, the bundles always come out luxurious. So after I washed out all of my conditioner, I went ahead and took some rubber bands so that I can bundle the hair together. The next process is to boil it in a pot, and this is just gonna make everything easier as we go through the process. So here we have our water, we have our silicone mix. Now the hair is pretty much already super silky soft, but because this did have a dye treatment, I'm going to add this in there just to give it a final little pat out. So I'm gonna just take, and since we have them, I'm gonna just add these Garnier Nutrice little color treatments. I don't know what it'll do, but I wanted to add it just because I dyed the hair. So I'm not gonna actually boil the hair, but I'm just gonna mix it in hot water to make sure that all of the product is dissolved inside properly. So next I'm just dipping each bundle in there. As you can see, some of the color was still on there, so this just kind of straightened the hair as I put it in the water. So I let the hair sit in the pot for about 30, 45, maybe an hour. And as you can see, the hair has just a sleek look to it. It's so soft, so revived, you guys. I'm so happy with the results. The hair is just bomb. Like, look at that. I haven't added no products to the hair. There's no products in this hair right now. Like, this hair has been revived from the dead. We thank God. No, we really thank God. I'm gonna put the longest pieces in the back so that I can get the most out of the hair. And yeah, let's get started. So I went ahead and started sewing on my tracks. I already sewed on the closure. In this video, I'm not going to go into details on how I construct the entire wig. I do have a video on how I make my wigs, and I will leave that link below. But right here, I'm just taking my time. Like I stated, I'm using one of my longer tracks in the back. So this is actually going to lengthen the length of the original wig by me switching up the lengths of the bundles. I'm just taking my time. You can see I drew some white lines to kind of follow and plan out where I was going to sew this hair. Like I mentioned earlier, I did accidentally cut some of the weft. So here I'm just trying to piece the right sizes to the right size of the head. And again, taking my time to sew the wig. So now that I am done sewing my wig, it is time to flat iron. So I'll be using my Chilee heat protectant and taking my time going track by track. I do use the comb and chase method. So again, you want your hair to be bone straight. I also have a video on how I get my wigs to be bone straight, so check out that video. But that's just the process that I'm doing here to straighten my hair. Last but not least, I'll be using my lace tint spray, and we are done, you guys. Look at that shine. Look at the sleekness. Look at it, you guys. This hair came out so bomb, you guys. I'm so happy with the results. Like, look at the, come on, stop playing with me. Look at it. This wig hits different.
Hold on. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Look at the luster. Excuse me? I said, look at the luster. I literally was about to throw this hair in the trash can. I thought it was done. I thought it was dead. And I've had this hair for, I am 23 years old, about to be 24 years old. I've had this hair for 3 years, and it's literally like day one. Using my treatment and my method, the hair bounced right back, y'all. Make sure before you leave, you subscribe to my channel. Show support, show love. I appreciate you. Make sure to share this video with your good sis in case her bundles need a little reviving. And most importantly, make sure you guys put on your post notifications so you can alert every single time I post a new video. If you have any questions at all, make sure to comment them below. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Peace, love, blessings, and